What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Reload Show. Thanks so much for checking us out. I am one of the three amigos. I don't know if we can call ourselves that, but I am Sean. We've got Candido Diaz, Mark Sullivan. We are just three guys that get together and talk about mortgage, accountability, and all things real estate. So glad that everyone could join us. Candido, Mark, man, good to see you guys as usual.
What's going on? How's it going, everybody? We got about 6 or 7 inches of snow on the ground here in the Northeast, so it's a snow day. It's nothing but fun here in my house.
Fantastic. There's no days like snow days, as I like to say with my dad joke habits. Well, we're excited to have everybody tuning in. If you're watching this on replay, that's awesome as well. The beauty of our show is you can digest it and watch it how you see fit. Now, Candido, you want to tell us a little bit about some of the changes to our show that people are going to get pretty excited about?
Yeah, so as you can see now, we are streaming live for free on the Next Level YouTube channel. So every week, every Tuesday, starting at, I'm going to say it, boys, at 12 Eastern, 11 a.m. Central. Let's see if I could do this. 10 a.m. Mountain Time and 9 a.m. Pacific. Did I get everybody? Mostly.
Yeah, I'm going to trust you on that one. I'm not geographic. I'm geographically
12 Eastern. Let's go with that.
That's awesome. So we are live and for free on the Next Level YouTube channel. That's pretty fantastic. So for all of you that are used to watching us inside the Next Level community, if you are in the Next Level community, then you're going to be able to check out the replays there as well. But we're also going to be on YouTube. I'm pretty excited about the topic today, guys. Mark, why don't you let everybody in on the secret of what we're going to dive into maybe this week and over the next few weeks?
Yeah, certainly. We are about to start a multi-show series that's really just focused on how we as loan officers can provide as much value as possible to our referral partners. I think today really kicks it off, really creates a base, and over the next couple episodes, we'll definitely dive deeper into the LO that wants to, create some value instead of just having your handout saying my rates are low, please send me business, I don't have very much. Give them a reason to want your phone call. Give them a reason to get excited whenever you reach out to them, because whenever you leave that conversation, they feel like they've actually received value from you instead of just knocking on their door every Monday at 9 a.m. asking them how their weekend was. Right. So that's really where we're at here. But just like we do with our show all the time, we're going to start off with some accountability between the three of us. And we're going to start off with some wins and losses. Kick it off, Candido.
Wins and losses. All right. So not going to lie, for losses, other than it being a snow day and I hear my kids screaming in the background downstairs, I'm going to go with this week. Honestly, it's been picking up. I was just having this conversation with somebody. It almost feels like the spring has arrived early despite the weather here. So kind of feel like it caught me a little bit off guard. Kind of been running around with like a chicken with my head cut off a little bit. But, with that being said, I think there's definitely still some positives with this week. Went to and I think I told you guys this, I went to a real estate office. They were opening up a new branch last week. And honestly, the first person I saw, I had no idea who they were. They were like, "Oh yeah, you're Candido. I see all your videos and whatnot." I'm like, drop the mic. I should have just turned around and walked out because that's, my work there was done. But no, it's pretty cool. And it kind of justifies that what I'm doing with some of my social media stuff is actually working. So thought that was pretty cool.
Awesome. Fantastic. Mark, tell us a little bit about your ups and downs, wins and losses this past week, buddy.
Yeah, it's definitely been, I guess I'll start with the losses. My pipeline is way down, right? And I had a few fall out. A couple things happened. Definitely battling the mental game of low pipeline depression, right? Where you're just like, oh my God, you're stuck in the middle of, I have to do everything I possibly can to get this pipeline up. And, and at the same time, you're like, oh, I don't really want to do anything. Right. And that's something that I battle a lot. And in talking with other loan officers and other people in the real estate industry, whether you're a real estate agent, loan officer, what have you, when the pipeline's down, so is your motivation, when it should be, completely opposite. And I've been battling that mental game. And, I'll be honest with you, late last week and early this week, it was getting the best of me. And I think at the end of yesterday, really after the three of us had a conversation, I was like, listen, I'm letting a lot of things that I can't control at this point affect what I'm doing moving forward. And that's something that I pride myself in not allowing myself to do. So a big win was, in my opinion, was recognizing that and getting up early, trying to change that mindset. Overall, the core of what I've done and the core of how I build my business and get loans hasn't changed and hasn't really fallen off that much. So I believe that it's a cycle that I just keep, as long as I keep doing what I'm supposed to be doing, that's just going to take care of itself. And I've made my calls this morning before we got on this show. I made a bunch of calls yesterday, was talking to people. I had actually got an application from a call that I made yesterday. So it's just about doing things right. I've been posting on social media regularly. I've been making my calls regularly. I've been sending out value-based emails on a regular basis. Those are the three core things that I make sure that I do consistently. And I've been doing that well. Social media could be better. But so it's just, in my opinion, and I think that what anybody should take away from this is, sometimes it's a mental game. You got to pull yourself out of it and just keep doing the work. And eventually that stuff turns itself around. And I believe that it will for me too. Wins, got the application. Wins, my mental game's better. I'm going to date this video, which I hate doing, but the biggest win for me would definitely be the Chiefs Super Bowl. And
couldn't help yourself, Mark.
Yeah. And that's 2 in a row. By the time you're watching this, we might be celebrating 3 in a row. I don't know.
Do we have the power to mute him? Can we just mute him, please?
But anyway, I guess. Uh-oh, that was rude. That was super rude.
Candido asked for it. Candido asked for it.
I did.
Oh man.
And honestly, I think going back to me making my emails, right, the value-based emails and the phone calls, and what we do when we make phone calls out to potential referral partners, we're not or at least I don't like to lead with, how was your weekend? Or are you working or playing this coming weekend? Type of thing. I like to call, hey, make it short, sweet. If there's small talk to be had, it right away. If not, get off. Don't take up their time. I want somebody. The goal of my phone call is not to get a lead at the end of that call. The goal of a phone call is to have them be excited about the next phone call that you make. And the only way you can do that is don't take their time, lead with value. And I think that's a really good segue into what we're doing today. We're talking about 3 spectacular tools that we use to add value to our referral partners. And I think
I didn't want to share my wins and losses, Mark.
Oh shoot! Yeah, I got ahead of myself. Don't segue.
I'll keep it quick though, guys. I'll keep it. So first and foremost, I feel like I've been kind of on this week, so I've got some losses, but my losses is I've got a pretty decent pipeline, but it's it is full of hairy deals right now, and we are just trying and fighting like crazy to get them to the finish line. And it's some of the deals are, it's those deals that every time that you feel like you've got it in line, the client or the agent or the property decides to throw a curveball. So we're getting through them. But that's definitely been my losses this week, is just feel like I've been getting crapped on every time I turn around and think I'm in a good spot with some of these deals. As far as my win, I'm going to use something from today. So I was at a networking meeting this morning before our show, and the real estate agent that is in my networking group doesn't send business to me currently. And to be very blunt, doesn't really give me too much of the time of day. I send a lot of communication out, doesn't really answer my communication, doesn't open my stuff. I sent a strategy email out this past week. I send emails out every single week to my agent database. And this past Saturday, I sent an email out with a specific strategy. And we were at the networking group this morning, and I said, hey, by chance, did you get a chance to look at that email that I sent you on Saturday with that strategy? Now, full disclosure, she said, you know what? I haven't read it yet, but I started to skim it and I flagged it to come back to it later. So, making slight inroads with an agent that previously hadn't really been giving me the time of day. So I'm going to take that as a win. We've got to celebrate the little things and on our road to the big victories as well. But with that, Mark, I agree. It's a great day to talk value. And so, as Mark alluded to at the beginning of the show, we're going to be spending the next several episodes of the Reload Show talking about ways that we as loan officers can provide value to real estate agents, get them excited for our communication. Leading with value is one of the easiest ways to get them excited, to make them excited about our call. Hey, it's Mark calling me again. He must have something awesome to provide to me. And so today we're going to break down one of those values. Each week we're going to break down a different value. And today we are talking about the importance of sharing and updating our referral partners and prospective referral partners on industry information. And so why don't, I guess I'm going to, guys, you good if I kick that off with one of my favorite aspects of that?
Absolutely. And I would actually also say, Sean, before you get started, this is also for all referral partners, right? So just depending on how you want to use the information, it's for all referral partners. So Sean, why don't you get us started?
Yeah. So for many of you, this might even be something that you use on a regular basis. This is a tool that I use every single day, and I leverage it to provide as much value to my real estate partners as possible. And that's MBS Highway. So if you're checking us out on the YouTube channel, if you're live, give us a comment on if you currently use MBS Highway in your business. And there's all kinds of different ways to utilize MBS Highway, but in the way of providing more information, industry updates, what I love about MBS Highway is the knowledge that it gives us about what's going on in the economy. I would argue that a lot of real estate agents, they're hyper-focused on the industry, and they're not so much following all of the things that go on in our economy that really do impact our industry. And MBS Highway gives us an immense amount of knowledge. Barry Habib, Dan Habib, full of expertise and knowledge when it comes to what's going on in the economy and how that relates to our industry. So MBS Highway provides daily updates. It's a quick 3 to 7 minute update on all things going on in the market, everything from inflation data to housing information. All of these are great pieces of information that we can share with our partners. Now, I would say that one of the critical components is the way in which we share this. We can't just regurgitate data. We've got to create a unique or creative or different way to present this information to our real estate partners. But those daily updates are phenomenal. In addition to that, the MBS Highway also has weekly newsletters that they put out that has a ton of new real estate news and economic data. and they also do educational reports in relation to like geographies, like different counties or different cities that is data specific on those zip codes or geographics. So that way you can share information with your real estate partners that then they can take to their clients to make them more knowledgeable, to have more impactful conversations with their clients. And so I believe anytime that I can help my real estate partners have better conversations, attract more clients, that's going to put me in a very valuable driver's seat for that referral relationship. And so MBS Highway, a phenomenal tool to do that with those updates, the weekly newsletter information, as well as the real estate report cards for different geographics. Mark, you've got a different tool or resource that you really try to provide value with. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, for sure. And I tell you, MBS Highway is definitely one of my favorites. Just right at your fingertips. Another one, which when we're talking about leading with value, and we're talking about, actually giving a referral partner a way to go out and get business. One very underutilized tool is mortgage currency, and it's current CY, not currency like the money. It's currentcy.com. And honestly, it's twofold in what it does. One, they consolidate all the guidelines to make, whether you're looking at Fannie, Freddie, FHA, VA, USDA, whatever loan you're looking for, you can just type in a quick search and it gives you a breakdown, and it compares, the different types of loans side by side on a certain topic, whether it be student loans, income, assets, whether or not you can not use a payment because somebody else is paying it, whatever it is. If it's a lot easier to look up the guidelines in mortgage currency than it is to like look up the HUD handbook or go on to Fannie Mae's website and find that same information. But what I use it for mainly is for adding value to my referral partner. Not necessarily calls, but emails. Emails are a huge one because what mortgage currency provides is not only social media posts, but they also provide lunch and learn presentations that you could take, you could make a video of and email that out to your database, right? So if you want to do a quick presentation to your referral partners about why they need to buy now, instead of waiting for rates to come down, or instead of waiting for whatever they're waiting for at this current time, mortgage currency can provide you with the information you need to do that. You just take your presentation, make a quick video, and 15 minutes later, you've got a email ready to send out to your database, and you can do that every single week. With their social media posts, I don't necessarily put them on my social media because it doesn't like fit the feng shui of my social media, but I like to repurpose them as email blasts, where I will take a post from their site and I will repurpose it as an email. Either retype it to make it a little bit longer, or stick it into like Chat GPT or your favorite AI and say, hey, turn this into email form. Give me 4 or 5 paragraphs of it and let it create that email for me. Again, sending it out as a blast. There's enough information on mortgage currency to send out a new blast every single week for probably 3 or 4 years. Like there's just a ton of info on there. And whenever something new comes out, like again, let's date the video. Most recently, the 2 to 4 unit properties for Fannie Mae being able to do 95% LTV, it puts it, boom, here's why it's important. And when we take this information as loan officers, it doesn't matter why it's important to us. It matters why it's important to the consumer. It matters why you want to make it to where the real estate agent or whoever your referral partner is can take that information and get business from it, right? So I think mortgage currency does a fantastic job of that, and I use it every single day. And I think Candido has some information on Mr. Hammer.
It's hammer time, y'all. If you don't know who Hammer Helmer is, you are missing out. So he is a key contributor in the Next Level community. But what I did want to point out, this is for everyone. Every single day at 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central, and you could do the rest. He goes live on his Facebook, so Monday through Friday, and he'll go through a rate update. It's usually about 15 minutes. The thing I like about Hammer is that his ability to kind of break things down for you to be able to understand it is impeccable, right? I absolutely love MBS Highway and I use it. However, sometimes I feel like some of the jargon and language that they're using is specific to us LOs, right? I feel like a lot what Hammer goes through and goes over, you could take directly what he's saying and go ahead and pretty much tell anybody and they would be able to understand. So again, that's 9:30 Eastern every single day on his Facebook page. He goes live. Highly recommend you go in and do that whenever possible because it's a fantastic breakdown. Also, on the Next Level, inside of the Next Level community, he provides daily updates. So one in the morning and then one in the afternoon as well. Again, it's actually written, so you can go ahead, take that information, put it into a post, go ahead and provide it to some of your referral partners. It's fantastic. I have my BNI every Thursday. And typically, a lot of the time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Wednesday's recap of what Hammer went through and said, and kind of let people know, hey, this is what's going on, this is what's coming up, and it's just again, it's a fantastic breakdown of what we can expect, and like I said, it's nice because it's able to kind of break it down for you in a way that's easy to share with people.
I love it. I think all three of those resources are just phenomenal ways to keep agents updated and educated on what's going on in the industry. And it's the real estate industry, it's the mortgage industry, it's just the economy and how and everything that impacts our industry outside of our narrow focus that a lot of agents are just laser focused on on what's going on in our industry. I think my take on all of this is these are phenomenal resources, keeping agents updated on industry details, products, mortgage currency guidelines, major changes in guidelines. I love all of that. And then I've got a little secret, or I guess a little teaser for everybody. And I think Candido, you want to share a little something as well. So why don't we jump to Candido, and then I'll get us wrapped up and give you guys a little peek into next week's show.
All right. So, Mark, you're going to want to tune into this tomorrow, Wednesday. I'm going to be going live in the Next Level community and teaching candid consistency with social media. I know you said you were struggling with, some of your social media. So maybe you could tune in for some tips and tricks of how I, kind of go through and I'm able to stay consistent with social. Like I said, look, my win this week had to do with social media. I know I talk about it a lot, but guess what? It's a big part of my business. So stay tuned. Tomorrow, please tune in at 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central, and so on and so forth. So that's inside the Next Level community.
And I'll slide in real quick and just be like that. That's something you're going to want to see. Candido, I don't like to give a lot of compliments Candido's way because his head gets to be about the size of mine whenever that happens. But if anybody knows social media, of all the people that I know, I definitely hold Candido up there as an expert in that field. So if you are a member of Next Level, do not miss that or check the replay, and you would definitely get some value out of that.
Yeah, tune into the Next Level Live tomorrow with Candido. For sure. Guys, that's almost a wrap. Next week on the Reload Show, we're going to be continuing our journey into providing value to our referral partners and prospective real estate. Wow, I can talk today. Our referral partners and prospective referral partners, how to add maximum value. Next week, we're going to be talking events. We're going to be talking agent events. We're going to be talking a little bit about how to present them, types of events. Don't miss next week's Reload Show. Again, next Tuesday, 11 a.m. Central, noon Eastern time. For me, I'm Sean Richard Candido Diaz, Mark Sullivan. We're appreciative of you guys joining in and checking us out. Have an incredible rest of your week. Thanks so much. Till next week.